Dementia Researcher with a blog and a rating.
The making of the clinical academic. The façade is slipping. I have a sneaking suspicion that we are all pretending. We are all acting a part that we would like others to believe and that we are endeavouring to fulfil. So, just for transparency, my character has the title Clinical Academic, but in brackets next to it, it says not one nor the other. Now, I suspect my most recent bout of chronic imposter syndrome is partly associated with having binge-watched an entire series based on a certain socialite in New York, a German heiress, who later turned out to be a fake. It's very good. In the court case, her lawyer makes a case that we are all exaggerating a little bit. He suggests that we all tweak our social media accounts to only present the things we want others to see or think about us. He explained that we all aspire to be something more and that we try to present this facade to the world. Well, this is definitely the case in academia. We're all constantly trying to sell ourselves. We want grant funders, we want people to invest in us, so we must portray ourselves as the best possible versions of ourselves. Now, I confess I am, in many ways, completely comfortable with this. I really love to celebrate my friends' and colleagues' successes. I much prefer a positive mental attitude. Trying to constantly commiserate or counsel friends and colleagues, as well as patients, is just rather fatiguing. So happy, goal-driven people are interesting and actually quite enlightening to talk to. I generally consider myself an optimistic and open person. So whilst I am transparent about what I do, for example, I've been blabbering on about a recent, huge for me, fellowship application in a recent blog, which I submitted, and I've no idea if I will get it. And I will happily let people know if I don't. That's fine. But, and this is probably a bit daft, I really don't like people to know that I'm only employed at the university for 1 day a week. I'm otherwise employed 3 days a week as a clinician, as a speech and language therapist. And then on the final day, I have a few mini contracts sorting bits and pieces out like student placements and marking and so on. So in order to pull the wool over people's eyes, I just don't tell them, unless I really have to, how many days I work in academia. I wish to appear to be a dedicated academic and a committed clinician. And to do that, I feel like I need to appear like I am working in academia for most of my week. Well, this blog's turning into a bit of a confessional, but I've realised that this is all a bit ridiculous. I want people to believe that I'm a real academic, and for some reason, this feels like it requires quantification in time. This bites me in the behind on occasion though, as I really can't answer all my emails in a timely fashion, not with kids and my sanity in the mix as well. And I can't always make meetings on the days everybody else can. Now, the obvious solution would be to put an automatic response on my email letting people know this, right? Or perhaps a little line in my signature at the end of my emails flagging I work part-time. Well, instead, I've written this enormous confessional blog. And as I do it, I wonder if anyone else other than me really cares about time. I'm confessing that no one else has really wondered what my hours are, as long as I get everything done that I say I will. So with this new me in mind, I'm off to add an automatic response to my university email account. I'm going to do it. I'm going to worry less about what people think about how many hours I work. And I'm going to be an open and honest clinical academic who sells herself to all the right grant funders.
Thank you for listening. Join the Dementia Research bloggers and share your own views.